Are you worried about catching the flu or contracting COVID-19 as you go to work or shopping or just for a haircut? With the pandemic and influenza still a threat, I would like to show you how to optimize your immune system so you can keep from getting sick. Hydrothermal therapy is a forgotten strategy that was used successfully during the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic. When you learn to use this strategy, you will feel happier because you will be doing something powerful to optimize your immune system. You will feel more in control because you're taking charge of your health. You will feel more positive because you will spend less time worrying about whether you will get sick. Hello, my name is Lillian Balbach. I'm a lifestyle medicine professional and a registered dietitian nutritionist. I have over 30 years of experience doing hydrothermal therapy. The Spanish flu pandemic was the deadliest in history. It infected about 500 million people. It killed an estimated 17 to 100 million, including 675,000 Americans. Severe causes of the Spanish flu caused respiratory distress and pneumonia, much like COVID-19. Public health experts today have used data from the 1918 Spanish flu to promote social distancing to flatten the curve of COVID-19. These efforts are very important since they had saved countless lives in 1918. But is it possible that we can learn other valuable lessons from the Spanish flu? We believe so. Hydrothermal therapy was used effectively during the 1918 pandemic. Historically, hydrothermal therapy was used by the Egyptians, the Babylonians, the Greeks, and the Romans. Did you know that President Roosevelt used hydrotherapy for his polio? Historically, hydrothermal therapy was advocated by Seventh-day Adventists as a key element in the training of healthcare professionals. Let's go back 100 years to learn what they were doing during the Spanish flu pandemic before there were intensive care units and ventilators. Dr. W.A. Rubel was a physician and leader in the Seventh-day Adventist Medical School, the College of Medical Evangelists in Loma Linda, California. He provides us with data on 1,123 patients in 10 sanitariums, which were now referred to as lifestyle centers. Dr. Rubel compares the results on the treatment of pneumonia and death between 10 Adventist sanitariums to that of the U.S. Army hospitals. Of the 1,100 patients in his report, 446 were treated with hydrotherapy in sanitariums, while 677 were treated as outpatients. The results showed that 16.7% of the patients in U.S. Army hospitals contracted pneumonia even with the best medical care. Amazingly, sanitarium outpatients had only half the pneumonia cases, or 8% compared to the U.S. Army patients. And only 2.4% of the sanitarium patients had contracted pneumonia. Flu death rates in the U.S. Army hospitals were 6.7, but only 3.8 of the patients died of the flu. This was significant since the death rates of the general public in hospitals was 13 to 40%. Notice that only 1.3% of the sanitarium patients died with the flu. What was the main difference between the U.S. Army hospitals and the sanitariums? They used hydrothermal therapy. These are simple water treatments called fomentations and Russian steam baths. We will demonstrate those modalities in the second part of this presentation. Please be sure to continue watching. Besides getting hydrothermal therapy, the sanitarium patients had a regulated plant-based diet, good nursing care. They were taken outdoors for fresh air and sunshine. Several Adventist schools also practiced hydrotherapy during the 1918 pandemic, when the deadly Spanish flu hit an Adventist seminary in Minnesota. The outlook looked grim, since the flu was fatal for both young and old. At least 120 people on campus were exposed to the flu. They were all housed under one roof. Although 90 of them developed symptoms, not a single person developed pneumonia or died. These results were remarkable compared to the national and worldwide statistics. What treatment did these patients receive? Hot and cold hydrotherapy treatments, a regulated diet, no drugs. The patients were required to remain in bed and follow social distancing for 5 to 7 days after recovery. A report by Hutchinson City Health Officer stated, "The record is remarkable. It makes the ordinary methods of dealing with the flu appear irrational." Let's discover how hydrothermal therapy affects our immunity. Our immune system is similar to our country's armed forces. We have the Army, the Navy, the Marines, and the Air Force. They all have different functions, but they all work together to protect the country. Likewise, our body has two types of armed forces, the innate and the adaptive immune system. These two systems work together to defend our body against infections and diseases. Innate immunity is the very first line of defense against infections. It was given to us in birth, and it's a fast, non-specific immune response that operates through the skin and chemicals in the blood and immune cells. In contrast, the adaptive immune system is a specific resistance to pathogens that we acquire during our life. Adaptive immunity is mediated by T and B lymphocytes, or white blood cells, after exposure to antigens or foreign invaders. How does hydrotherapy affect our body and immunity? Water is used to transmit heat to a specific area of the body. It primarily works through the body's responses to contrast, hot and cold treatments, which can cause a variety of reactions on our cells, our blood vessels, and our immune system. Hot water, as you can see on the slide, dilates our blood vessels, enlarging them up to 40%. As a result, it improves our circulation, it increases our white blood cell activity, and it brings nutrients and oxygen to the area. It increases muscular relaxation and metabolism. Cold water, on the other hand, constricts blood vessels, moving toxins to the liver, lungs, and kidneys for excretion. Are you wondering what research says about our hydrotherapy and our immunity? Let's put it to the test. The first study, researchers had put 12 healthy volunteers in 39.5 Celsius or 103-degree Fahrenheit hot water to increase their body temperature. What were their findings? We conclude that the thermic effect of fever directly activates monocytes, which increases their ability to respond to a bacterial challenge. Monocytes are the biggest type of white blood cells. Interestingly, monocytes are the very cells that are deficient in COVID-19 patients. So by simply having hot tub baths, we can increase our monocytes. The second study was a randomized controlled trial. It was done in the Netherlands with 1,000 volunteers. One group was asked to take a regular shower. The second group was told to take a regular shower and finish with a cold shower. The results showed that people who took routine hot and cold showers for 1 month had a 30% reduction in sick days at work compared to the control group. They had 54% less sick days if they also exercised regularly. What an easy and invigorating way to cut our incidence of colds, just by taking contrast showers. This study They wanted to know what would happen if they put subjects into saunas. So in the sauna study, they divided the 50 subjects into two groups. One group took saunas once to twice a week, while the second group took no saunas. The results showed that there was a 50% reduction in the common cold in those who took weekly saunas. So saunas are another simple, relaxing method of enhancing our immunity. In summary, heat followed by cold improves our innate immunity significantly enough to reduce colds from viral infection. It decreases the severity of the illness and even of pneumonia requiring hospitalization. Dr. Schwelt, who is a pulmonologist, intensivist, and associate professor at Loma Linda University, states that using hydrothermal therapy with COVID-19 patients has been successful and the patients love it. If you would like to see more research on the benefits of hydrotherapy and immunity, check out MedCram on YouTube, Coronavirus Update 46. Can hydrotherapy help with COVID-19? Although no clinical studies have been done directly to show the impact of hydrotherapy on persons with COVID, thermal treatments that increase body temperature have shown to strengthen immunity and prevent influenza and pneumonia. The variations in temperature increases the circulation of disease-fighting white blood cells, natural killer cells that attack viruses and other invaders. Hydrotherapy is an effective method to elevate body temperature to fever range. Current studies suggest that the COVID-19 virus specifically suppresses the body's innate immunity, which early recognizes and responds to infection. Interestingly, several studies show that hot and cold applications, which raise body temperature to fever range, can benefit our innate immunity. That is the very process that the COVID virus seems to suppress. While we don't suggest that hydrothermal therapy as a cure for COVID-19, we do invite you to consider the data and the rationale for using it and try it for yourself. There's current research with Dr. Eric Nelson, a physician and professor of surgery at the University of Chattanooga, and he's investigating the effects of hydrothermal therapy on COVID-19 patients. My experience with hydrothermal therapy began over 30 years ago when I took a hydrotherapy and natural remedies class from Dr. Charles Thomas at Loma Linda University. He taught this class to all medical and Master of Public Health students. He would always tell us, when you first feel the symptoms of the flu, immediately take a hot foot bath several times during the day. If that doesn't take care of it, come to my lab and I will give you a fomentation treatment. After taking that class, when my family members would get sick with a cold, flu, or pneumonia, instead of going to the pharmacy for meds, I would immediately start hydrotherapy treatments. Over the years, I've done hundreds of hydrotherapy treatments on family and friends, and also taught hydrotherapy classes. Are you ready to begin experiencing the invigorating, immune-enhancing, and relaxing effects of hydrothermal therapy? I believe you are. When you get up tomorrow morning, drink 2 or 4 glasses of water. Do your morning routine of perhaps exercise and devotions. Next, get ready for your contrast shower. A good start is to take a 3-minute hot shower, then quickly turn on the cold for 30 seconds. Switch back to hot, then to cold for 3 cycles. When you feel comfortable with that routine, you can do a 5-minute, 1 minute, a 3-minute, 1 minute, 3-minute, 1 minute contrast shower. You can repeat this cycle up to 5 times. Make changes from hot to cold abruptly, then finish with cold and dry off. Focus the spray where you need it the most: on the face if you're having a sinus infection, on the mid-back if you're tired, or on sore muscles. Make sure to keep your head cold. By taking a contrast shower 1 to 2 times per day, many people can remain free from colds and the flu. Contraindications are listed on the slide. I've had people tell me, I can't wake up in the morning unless I have a cup of coffee. And I would respond to my patients, a hot and cold shower is better than coffee. Besides stimulating your immunity and natural killer cells, it wakes you up and invigorates you for the day. Best of all, it has no side effects. A sauna can be taken 3 to 5 times a week. Besides its immune boosting benefits, research shows that saunas may keep the heart healthy. They may help with fibromyalgia, rheumatoid arthritis, and psoriasis. Make sure to disinfect the sauna after each treatment. Getting healthy should be therapeutic, fun, and relaxing. Do you agree? Let me suggest how you may take your family for an immune-boosting weekend or vacation. This is what our family did every winter. We lived 40 minutes from Desert Hot Springs in Southern California. This is 2 hours east of Los Angeles. Every winter, 3 or 4 times a month, we'd go to the desert, the home of natural mineral springs. The water bubbles underground the town where it is naturally heated by rocks that are deep within the earth. The temperature of hot springs varies but stays above 108 degrees. Snowbirds come from Canada and the United States to spend their winters there to enjoy the therapeutic benefits of the hot springs. Pain relief is reduced, inflammation is lowered, the blood pressure gets lower, stress is relieved, and they had improved sleep. One of the large spas had 7 pools, each one with a different temperature. So our family would jump into the hottest pool and then into the cold pool, back and forth 7 times. You can imagine what an immune boosting session that was. There are over 1,600 hot springs in the United States. Why not take your family to one of them for a weekend and enjoy its health-promoting benefits? I'm grateful for the simple, effective treatment methods that our Creator has given to us to optimize our immunity and promote overall wellness. I'm thankful that there is living water for those who are spiritually thirsty. This water relieves anxiety, worry, and fear while giving faith and peace and joy. Do you know what I'm referring to? The Bible says, "The Lord will guide you continually and satisfy your soul in drought and strengthen your bones. You shall be like a watered garden and like a spring of water whose waters do not fail." God can fill our hearts' thirsty desires if we come to Him. Let us take part in the benefits of the internal and external use of water, as well as God's offer to make us like a watered garden, like a spring whose waters fail not. Jesus said, "If any man thirst, let him come unto me and drink." This is the first in the series of lectures, Natural Strategies to Optimize Your Immunity. Thanks for watching.
Hi everyone, we have a special gift for you. The Ministry of Healing is a book that shows you how you can improve your mental, physical, and spiritual health. It has excellent information about building a healthy and happy home. We're offering this book for free to the first 100 people who call us at 540-366-9400. But wait, that's not all. We would also like to offer you LifeSource magazine. This magazine will help you on your wellness journey. This issue has topics such as the power of a plant-based diet, how to make a switch to a plant-based diet, vitamin D, omega-3 fats, the smart fats, how to improve brain function, and many others. Plus, it has a whole section of delicious plant-based recipes with a picture for each. Again, we are only offering these special resources to the first 100 people who call us at 366-9400. So pick up the phone. You'll be glad you did.